What's up, netizens? You're watching DarkStar. My name's Anthony. I'm joined by fellow reactioneers Joey, Chris, Bree. What's up, guys?
Yo, what up, my homie?
I'm not gonna lie.
Which one of us is the homie? That's the question.
You'll never know.
All right, well, let's go ahead check these episodes out.
Ooh, start off with badass music. Let's go.
Tea party.
Are they staring at his dick?
I expected it to be bigger. Why? You've seen mine. It's small too. Yeah, but he's green. How does that even make sense?
That's pretty funny, actually.
Hey, Wash, quit staring. You're making it nervous.
Yeah, it's just they're so small. Small, yeah, but you wouldn't believe what it can do.
Besides,
hear
you
that
better
way
get
too
used
much.
to it. You're gonna have one of your own soon enough.
Give me a break.
It's all right, Theta. Come on out. People just want to say hello to you.
I don't know. There's so many of them, and they're so big.
You see, I'm not the only one who thinks size is important. I'm just gonna let that one go.
It's okay, Theta. They're all friends of mine. For reasons beyond my comprehension.
They're looking at me.
That's because they want to meet you. This is York and Wash.
Hey there, little
Voice is weird.
computer dude. Give it a rest, Wash. Theta, I have a friend just like you. His name is Delta.
Really?
Yeah. Here, you want to say hello to him?
York?
It's okay, man. Just for a second.
Hello, Theta. I am Delta. It is nice to meet you.
Hello.
See? Everybody here is nice. Isn't that right, Delta?
Agent North, I do not feel
Taxi.
qualified to make a judgment about humans with whom I have only limited experience. Also, nice is a rather subjective term for...
Delta.
Oh yes, everyone here is nice. Within standard acceptable deviations.
Delta!
And that's my sister over there, South. We're twins.
I have a sister.
You do?
We have many siblings.
What do you mean by
Hello, everyone. I hope you're ready to begin our test. Delta, I believe you know the protocol about communicating directly with other AI units.
I apologize, sir. I will log off.
Don't. I want you to help administer the test. Gentlemen, if you will take the floor.
Okay, just like we practiced.
Are they all going to watch?
Of course. They want to see if you're as good as I said you are.
Really? Well, I guess that's okay.
That's the spirit. Come on, let's do this.
Delta, I expect you to follow protocol at all times.
We were only attempting to make the new unit more comfortable.
It's my fault, sir. I asked him to. The new kid seems kind of shy.
Agent North was paired with Theta for a reason. His nurturing nature is best suited to care for Theta's unique personality.
Yeah, he is used to looking out for people, isn't he?
Quite. Delta, your skills are more analytical in nature.
If I may disagree, Theta has made double the number of declarative statements since my appearance. That indicates a 100% increase in confidence since we modified our interaction strategy. I think that speaks volumes to my caring algorithms.
You make an excellent point, Delta. Let's begin the test.
Begin the test.
As you may recall, Agent North used his equipment in the field on a previous mission.
He was able to successfully maintain a deflective shield for 3.4 seconds in order to block an explosive projectile attack.
And somehow managed not to kill himself in the process.
The maneuver only had a 0.1% chance of success, and he performed it 999 more times. I'm rather certain he would have been obliterated on each one.
Hey, I'd rather be lucky than good any day. You usually are.
Luck will only take one so far. I am in the business of getting results. Let's see what Theta can do. Delta, reduce shield strength by 50%.
Modifying.
Power dropping! Theta, use remaining power to compensate for critical tiles!
Okay.
Add variables.
Acknowledged.
Great job,
shit.
Theta!
Stop talking to me. You'll mess me up.
Right. Sorry.
Reset. Agent Noble, your objective now is to eliminate all turrets. Begin.
I thought the shield works both ways. There's no way for him to attack.
Theta, analyze turret rate of fire. Adjust shield to match.
Okay. Done.
Firing. On my mark.
Ready.
Mark!
Oh, shit.
All targets eliminated.
Test complete.
Okay.
Excellent work.
These AI, the badasses.
I mean,
Wow.
the real question is, what is he
That
doing
was
with my
incredible.
sniper? Okay.
Yeah, what did I tell
That's
you?
the-
Three looks like
And
Church
we're
with the
sure
sniper,
they
and the rest of us look like this guy just did
Dude,
with
you
the
were
sniper.
killing me with that.
That's so mean. I'm an
How
amazing
come every time
sniper,
the Blues
thank
get
you.
involved in something
Facts.
stupid and dangerous, we get dragged along too?
You know what they say. Keep your friends close, and your enemies within range of your primary firearm.
Sir, I realize
So you can shoot them.
I realize that we agreed to help Wash and Carolina, but how do we know that they're going to help us? What do you mean? I mean, if we run into trouble, do you really think they'll stick their neck out for us?
Well, for a backstabbing, double-crossing, no-good, dirty, rotten blue, that was
Why
sure
does he
isn't
look
too bad.
pink?
What a ringing endorsement. I'm more worried
She
about
looked pink.
Carolina. What if after all this is
Got
over,
her.
she decides to get rid of us? Why would she do that?
Thanks.
I don't know. To tie up loose ends? To cover her trail? Don't you watch spy movies? They love that shit.
My God, man, get a hold of yourself. You're making us look weak in front of the enemy.
Hello.
Listen, I don't want to hear talk about secret double crosses or mysterious subplots or freelancer conspiracies anymore. We've had enough of those going on around here as it is.
But don't you think that... Sorry. I can't really talk right now, Simmons. I've got to go secure a perimeter over at the shady spot over there. I liked it better when we only had to fight you.
Yeah, this team is pretty awesome right now. Right, Tucker? Right, Church? Hello.
Where's the rest of your team?
Oh, shit.
Looking for something?
Leads. Information, anything. You said Maine had been through here, right?
Well, yeah, but that was ages ago.
Then look closely. Don't tell me hanging around these morons has turned you soft.
Hey, she said morons. That's us. Tucker, shut up. Let me listen. Beta was attempting to transfer energy from these turbines into his suit. It was the only way he could keep his equipment running.
Poor Maine.
Carolina, it wasn't your fault.
But it was my AI.
None of us could have known what would happen.
Yeah? Well, sometimes I'm not so sure.
What?
We were told that the AI were specifically designed for each of us. North was chosen for Theta. York had Delta. But Sigma was mine.
What are you saying?
You really think the director didn't know what would happen?
Carolina, that's ridiculous.
He always had his little experiments. He just forgot to take a few extra variables into account.
And what about now? The whole world thinks you're dead. Do you think he knows you're coming for him?
Yes, I do. And for once, I look forward to proving him right.
The director was always hard on you. Dude, he said hard on. Patrick, shut up. They're gonna hear you.
He was hard on all of us.
Oh, come on. You gotta let me have that one. Quiet, you're gonna give away our position. I've got about 5 positions in mind for her. Patrick, Tucker, I'm serious. Yeah, you're right. But you have to admit, he was also pretty hard on himself. That's it, I'm doing it. Tucker, bow, chicka, bow, wow! 15!
What are you doing here?
Okay, take it easy, Carolina. We just wanted information.
Epsilon?
Look, if you two
You
are planning
can't
on dragging
resist
us around
yourself.
wherever you want, the least you can do is fill us in. I'll fill her in. Bow, chicka, Tucker! Sorry.
You and your squad are on a need-to-know basis. And right now, you don't need to know anything.
Seriously?
Over.
Jesus, you're worse than Tex.
Okay, that one was on you.
Get out! Fine. We're leaving already. Hey, Tucker, I need you to leave. I can't actually do it on my own.
Carolina, you gotta calm down.
Don't tell me how to lead my squad, Washington. Now, sweep the area and report back to me when you're done.
On it, boss.
And as the director accurately predicted in his thesis on the subject, We see that cognitive impression modeling can be segregated from the host. Naturally, this remains an inherently deconstructive process. But most of all, the biggest concern of any full AI entity is the prospect of rampancy, which we covered last week.
Of course, our AI units are what we call fragments, so there's very little chance that a personality subroutine can run off unchecked.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Why do we need to learn all this stuff?
AI theory is like
Ooh,
vehicle
that
maintenance,
haircut.
South. If we're going to use this equipment, any equipment, we need to know how to care for it.
Oh yeah, like a coffee maker or a vacuum cleaner.
That was rather rude.
Oh, cry me a river, light bulb.
No, not the same as that.
I don't even have one because someone didn't bring enough to share, so why am I sitting through this elementary classroom bullshit?
I don't have one either, South.
That's only because you gave yours to Maine.
He needed to be able to communicate after his injury.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason you did it. You're a real hero, Carolina. It's not like Maine has much to say anyway.
I would like to say just how appreciative the two of us are for Carolina's sacrifice. Agent Carolina, if anyone can excel without an AI unit, it is you.
Thank you, Sigma.
And Agent Texas, of course. That goes without saying.
Right.
I noticed she doesn't have to attend class.
Agent Texas doesn't need this training.
What the director is trying to say is that Agent Texas has already completed her AI theory coursework.
Skateboard.
I think that's enough for today.
If I may, Counselor, I have just one last question.
Oh, come on.
On the different levels of AI awareness and rampancy.
Melancholia, anger,
Specifically the fourth stage of rampancy.
metastability.
Yes. The meta stage, in which an AI can be considered fully human.
That is only theoretical, Sigma. No AI has ever achieved such a state.
But it is possible.
In theory, but...
But possible. I find that very interesting.
Remember, Sigma, you are not even a full AI. You are what we call a fragment. So something of that magnitude would be even more difficult for an entity such as yourself.
Well, as the director always says, it is important to have ambition.
Why, yes it is. Class is dismissed.
I'm just creeped out already.
A Sigma?
Sigma, are you coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I will be joining you shortly.
Everything, dude.
Hi, Caroline. Yes,
That was
excuse me.
cool.
Have you seen Church lately? Yeah, he and I were supposed to hang out after we rescued him.
Tell your friends to stay out of my way, or else.
Or else what?
Or else, they'll bring out my ugly side.
Oh, come on, Caroline. I bet you're really pretty under that armor.
What?
I mean, who hasn't? I mean, I understand there's some helmet hair. We all have helmet hair time to time, but, yes, so anyways, what did you want me to tell Church and Tucker again?
Just
Oh,
try
shit.
and put that into words.
Explosion.
I'm beginning to think Simmons might have had the right idea about this Carolina chick. See? I told you!
Normally I would agree with Simmons, but in this case that would also cause me to agree with Griff. Therefore, I will simply grunt ambiguously.
Hey, did Carolina come this way? We've got to get going soon.
Right. We've been meaning to talk to you about that.
About what?
This whole finding the director thing.
You mean the mission?
Yeah. That. We were thinking, now that we've helped you find Church, we should probably just let you handle the rest. You know, wouldn't want to cramp your style. That whole freelancer thing. You're good at that.
So you're abandoning the mission?
Red Team never abandons the mission. We're just accepting an alternate mission of different risk.
Less risk.
Less is different.
Securing the front lines of Red Base.
Going home is risky? On what scale?
Well, we haven't been there in ages. Who knows what kind of nefarious ne'er-do-wells have moved in on our territory?
I guess you're right.
What?
Well, you are wanted criminals of the UNSC. I wouldn't be surprised if they were setting up an ambush for you right now.
What?
I suppose I can't stop you. Anyway, I'm gonna go find Carolina. Good luck.
On second thought, you could probably use the extra help.
Yeah, we're sticking with you.
Never abandon the mission.
Simper the simpering thing. Simper fuck it.
Simplify, motherfucker.
Steak fry.
Supersize, motherfucker.
All you can die.
Joey, Bree,
Chris.
Tony, Chris.
I saw it.
Tonene, what's up?
thoughts, episode.
Really good.
Pretty good.
I got super excited watching the AI part, and then him seemed like he hacked into the system and was trying to figure out if he could,
Yeah, the AR part was probably the best one.
Oh.
What's his name? Sigma? Is that what you said?
That's the fire guy, yeah? The AI?
He's gonna be evil. I like it. I think he's evil.
Sigma. Do you remember who he's attached to?
Your guy.
Yeah, Maine.
Mm-hmm.
You notice? Do you remember what he was interested in?
It's called meta, and he was worried about meta stability.
Well,
Is that what it was?
nothing currently is called meta, but basically, yes,
I'm
he was
saying
interested
winds
in
up being called meta. Chris's guy.
Yes, correct, and he was
Correct.
interested in meta stability or whatever. So, put the pieces together as you will, but yes.
So Sigma corrupts Maine, or Maine is just corrupt in general?
I don't know. What do you think?
It seemed like Maine had issues to begin with, so maybe he just kind of molds AI.
Well, do you remember
I
what
definitely think
Carolina
the
said?
AI is evil.
Do you remember what Carolina said to Washington this episode, though, too?
She gave it up,
Well, she did give the AI up
and
to.
then she thinks it's her
whatever.
fault.
She said something
That as
else.
well.
So maybe she was aware that Sigma was not that great of an AI, or
Do you remember what they said about the reason why Theta was with North?
Because they're compatible.
Exactly. They were all specifically made with their who was going to have them in mind.
so Caroline is evil?
It
Well,
doesn't mean that she's evil.
you
We're
would
talking
think-
about personality.
I would think.
well, you would look at it the other way, right?
Yeah, she's not evil, and she didn't get along with the meta or the fucking AI because she felt that he was evil.
No. She didn't.
No.
She never got a chance
No.
to do it with the AI. Why did they assign Theta to North? Because Theta's
Oh, because
immature,
they were compatible, not that they were the same.
right? Because
But they could
Theta,
help the AI grow.
right? So Theta's immature, so they gave him the mature person to take care of him, right? So
Okay.
if Sigma is showing tendencies of, well, we'll just keep it simple and say being evil, right? You give him to somebody presumably who has the ability to, keep an eye on them, keep them in check, potentially explain to them, some sort of other thing. So if you're saying, for example, that Maine isn't really stable already, then if you give him an AI that was supposed to be put in check by somebody who has, a grounded base in morality, what happens? So it might not even necessarily be a thing where it's one or the other. It might be.
So she feels it's her fault because he wasn't for that, or shouldn't have really been put with something that was that was unstable for an AI.
I mean, you could look at it like that. I think that specific statement that you're talking about is with the whole being her fault is specifically related to the fact that she did give up the AI to him. So yes, I mean, and then once you take that a step further, I think you look at it and be like, okay, well, she wouldn't have given the AI, then obviously none of that stuff would have happened. So that's why she blames herself or whatever, but she also partially blames the director because obviously he's doing shady shit, at least in her eyes. So
yeah.
There's a lot of pieces when it comes to that type of stuff or whatever, but I would say in direct regards to your question, who corrupted who, it might not have necessarily been a who corrupted who, but more of like when you put two personalities like that in the same, petri dish, what's gonna happen?
It burns brighter and stronger.
So it might have just been the conditions were just ripe when you put the two of them together, and it wasn't necessarily.
So why have we not seen Sigma in the current timeline.
We did, actually.
Mm-hmm.
When all of the... So, do you guys remember what happened when Church
No,
was
but,
revealed
like...
to be the Alpha?
I don't remember, honestly.
So afterwards, it's him and Watch. Because Alpha... You guys remember what happened to Alpha, right? This is not Alpha. This Church is not Alpha.
I can't remember which one is Alpha, honestly.
Alpha was just the original Church from the primary timeline.
Didn't it, like, get corrupted or something?
No. It gets revealed that he's Alpha, he's the AI, right? This current Church is Epsilon. That's one of the fragments. It is not the full AI. It's Epsilon. It's Alpha's memories. The original Alpha, Wash told, hey, you're the Alpha, blah, blah, blah. He stayed back, and they set off the EMP. When Meta / Washington was coming for the last AI, right? So Meta was collecting all of the AI. He had basically all of them except the Alpha, which was Church. They got in there. They set off the EMP. That killed Alpha, but it also killed all of the AI that were with
So we
Maine.
know that they're all dead?
In the future timeline or whatever.
Was that when they were like, wait, no.
But you got to take into consideration, yeah, I mean, I understand, like you're saying, like, well, we kind of know where like this is going or whatever. But right now, the current storyline is Carolina's path for revenge on the director. We're seeing all of the stuff building up to why that happened, right? So, for example, York is dead. You've seen York in the past timeline. York is dead. That's one of her teammates. A lot of her teammates and these people are with Tex. You know, all these different people that were part of this past timeline are dead or whatever. So there's a reason why she's saying like, okay, you know, all this horrible stuff happened. Yeah, yes, the Meta or Sigma or whatever was theoretically dealt with, but that doesn't change the fact that she lost all these people and the director is still out there. So that's the current timeline we're on. So yeah, we saw all the AI die, all the fragments die except Epsilon, obviously, but that's not what this story is about. This story is the flashbacks are filling in the details, and the current timeline story is about her going after the director. It's not about obviously the AI storyline. So they're two separate storylines going on. So yeah, but
crazy.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a decent amount to keep track of. It always is when you've got two different timelines going on at the same time or whatever. But in any case, next week we'll check out another set. Till then, stay bright. Catch you on the dark side.
Tonight